Well, guys, I'm back, and this is ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I mean ridiculous bordering on fucking stupid. But I bought a BUSHCRAFT spice wallet. Yeah. And, alright, if you are new since the BUSHCRAFT spice wallet, and I'm gonna have to look it up and put it up in text. Yeah, it has been one of the longest running jokes, between me and some viewers on this channel. And it goes back. I'm gonna have to put a link to the video. I'll do one of the things, you can click over here. I'll put it in the video description if you like to do it that way better. But there was a battle box, one of the first drunk unboxings. We got a Lord and Field BUSHCRAFT spice wallet. And I was not happy. Not happy. In fact, you know what? I remember my reaction a little bit. Here's a quick clip I'll put in.
How many times have you been out in the field and had to eat a bland meal? Well, I don't know. Curran, or whoever put this together, in my 21 years in the military and so many deployments and field exercises, a fucking lot of times. And not one single time did I say, you know what I really need in my life? A BUSHCRAFT spice wallet. In no zombie movie or post-apocalyptic saga ever did I see the appearance on screen of a BUSHCRAFT spice wallet. So, okay, so now let's figure out what the hell. Can you imagine being in the field? I'm in the field, like I'm still in the military, right? Like, and I'm on some operation somewhere. Like, we are outside the wire, and we're all breaking open, like, I don't know, and I'm like, guys, I got this. Let me get my hold on. Let me pull this out of my ruck. Anybody need some saffron? No? I've got pickled ginger. Guys, no. I love this. How many times have you been out in the field and had to eat a bland meal? I have quite a few times. You know what? When I was in survival school and I had to break a bunny rabbit's neck and field dress it, the last thing on my fucking mind was, what am I going to season this with? Now that I've, in the middle of winter, now that I've collected enough dry wood to make a fire so I can maybe not eat raw rabbit, what am I going to, well, I wish I had a spice wallet to season this rabbit. The instructors gave me to carry around and I've taken care of, and now my only option to eat is to kill this rabbit in a survival situation. And boy, if only I had some cumin.
Okay, but if you want to go back and see the whole video, feel free. It's a fan favorite, we'll say. I now feel like the most pretentious douchebag in the world for using the word fan, and I apologize. But there were some actual thoughts on BUSHCRAFT spice wallet, and it has, like I said, been a reoccurring running joke. Now, fast forward however long, after, as I'm browsing on Amazon, looking at other stuff, you know what they showed me? You know what they suggested to me? BUSHCRAFT spice wallet. And I said to myself, this is too funny to pass up. I gotta get it just because it's ridiculous. But here's the thing. There were some legit suggestions from some people like, well, we could do, you could do some stuff with that. You could do some practical things. And while I think that the idea of needing to bring spices as a survival item, now I'm not talking about camping, okay? You want to go camping and spice up your food by the fire, that's one thing. But it was marked, as a bushcraft, like, okay, bushcrafting I guess can be thought of in different ways. When I think of bushcraft, I think of doing without. I think of making what you don't have. I think of survival. I don't think of niceties and amenities. I don't think spice wallet goes with bushcraft. You know what I mean? Like, but other people could disagree, and that's fine. But that's neither here nor there. So I still feel like the idea of a bushcraft spice wallet is silly. There are some practical ideas that we have discussed and thought that we could do with something like this. And so I'm looking on Amazon now. Now, the price that I paid for this thing, it has jumped up in price since I got it. This is crazy. I got it for much less than this. Now, if you look on the Amazon listing right here on my phone, see it's khaki. There's also an OD green one. Now, the prices here are like 3 times what I paid. And it's not that long ago that I bought this thing. That is nuts. I don't know what happened. Let's take a look. Let's just take a look, and then we'll talk about future things with it. So first of all, comparing it to the Lord & Field, I will say what BattleBox had going for it is the Lord & Field one was, well, number one, it was smaller, which is pros and cons, smaller item, but it was nicer. This is kind of a waxed canvas with a leather, what are we calling this? Leather border. The Lord & Field one was leather, if I remember correctly. And if I'm remembering incorrectly, we will have already seen that, as I splice in a clip later. But it was a leather whole item. And this is, like I said, a waxed canvas. However, a string. A little leather string. I don't know if this is fake leather, real leather. This does smell and feel like a real tanned leather. Like I said, the one in BattleBox was significantly, it was smaller. So you have less space. So it takes up less space in whatever kit, you've got out in the field with you. However, the vials, the pack itself was much smaller. And I do believe, I'm going to have to look it up right now, just so I'm not talking completely out of my ass here, because I'm going all on memory. Here's an eBay listing for it that we'll check out. And yeah, you can see it is much smaller, but again, all leather. And I'm trying to see the vials. Yeah. So much less. This is the Lord & Field Bushcraft Spice Wallet. So you can see the hand comparison. 4 vials, much smaller. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and much bigger size going on. Not to belabor the obvious, but they're all glass tubes. Okay, which makes me worry a little bit. Going out in the wilderness, in the woods, very breakable. This is one time I would like to have maybe a cheaper plastic for durability's sake, but we've got. I don't know how waterproof or weatherproof this would be. There's a little fly. There's a little fly right here. Where'd you come from? Go away. But it's got one of these little squishy toppers in there. Not necessarily. I don't know if this qualifies as airtight. And if you are carrying things like spices, you definitely want an airtight container because oxygen kills things like spice. And then you've got the 5 containers with the cork stopper. Again, somebody smarter than me, let me know. Does a well-placed cork provide you an airtight seal? Does that prevent the passage of oxygen? And here's another thing too. Like actual chef people out there, are there spices that you do want an oxygen exchange in here with? Because I know that there, I know in terms of food in general, you don't oxygen will hasten the breakdown of your food, the biodegradation, the rottening of your food. But are there spices where you would want a free exchange of oxygen in and out of the thing? I don't know, but I know a lot of you guys, I know most of you guys are smarter than me most of the time. So if anybody knows the answer, let me know. So yes, could if you feel the need for carrying spices out, and you know what, listen, when I cook, yes, I want to have various seasonings and all that stuff, but that's in the kitchen. And before I forget, yeah, obviously you can use this. I don't know, I'm pretty sure this is fake leather, but yeah, you can use this. And you can string it through. Trying to string it through. There we go. And you know, you've got a little strap for your bushcraft spice wallet. Yeah, you could use it for the conventional sense. You could use this, I'm guessing, to collect the venom of large dead spiders. You know, after you give a little eulogy for your magic potions class that you're teaching at a magic academy, you know, somewhere. Sure. You could use this to collect samples out somewhere. But what I'm thinking is, and what was most discussed, I think, in practical terms when we last saw the bushcraft spice wallet, is it might make a good practical fire starting kit out in the rugged wilderness somewhere. Now, and I think it might apply even more to this than the Lord and Field smaller one, because you have the opportunity to fit more stuff and, you know, carry more various things, even have maybe some empty ones to collect different things as you go. Someone had said that, you know, maybe you could make a first aid kit out of it. I'm gonna say from medical experience, no, that's not very likely. There's not a lot of good supplies that you can fit into these vials. Maybe you can jam them in there, but getting them out in any usable form in any rapid fashion is not very likely at all. So here's my question for you guys. What do you think would be the most practical purpose of this? And I'm asking because based on the majority answer or best answer, then we're going to do a follow-up video doing that. So like, if the majority of you say, yeah, that might make a good fire starting kit, I'm going to make a good fire starting kit out of it. And we're going to do a whole video on you know, what me personally, think a good fire starting kit out of a bushcraft spice wallet would be, and stuff like that. And we'll talk through it and everything. If you guys really want to know what kind of seasonings and spices, if I had to pick 9 vials of stuff and that's it, you know, maybe we'll talk about that. I'd really not like to talk about that because that's stupid. But anyway, you know, whatever I want to crowdsource this, number one, so I can be irresponsible and not have to come up with the idea. But number two, no, really, what do you all think that the practical application of this thing could be? Since we've been joking about it for years, and really still, just last month, somebody dropped a comment and you know, made fun of bushcraft spice wallet. For literally years, we have been joking about the bushcraft spice wallet. So what do you think we should / could make out of this thing to make it a practical, field useful tool? I really would love to do this video, and you know, it's interactive, sort of, kind of. We will have fun, and you know, we could do two things. We do say, somebody says fire starting kit, someone else says blah blah blah, I don't know, but we're not limited to just one idea. I could fill it up with stuff and empty it out and do another one. And if need be, maybe this is a future giveaway item. Maybe I buy another one. Maybe we load it up with stuff and that's another giveaway item for the next time. I don't know. So I really would love to get the max participation on this one, guys. And hopefully we'll have some fun doing this, and you know, have something enjoyable come out of this. Please give me all your best ideas so we can make something really good and enjoyable and useful out of this. So I will drop a link to the product listing if anybody's curious and wants to take a look at it, just to take a look at it on their own, so you guys don't have to go searching for it. And remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.